coffee first. I don't know what to say, but I think you folks are super awesome.
And if there are more than 100 likes that I will get for this video, I will make a sequel to this video. So make sure you click that like button down below after you watch today's video.
I asked for 100 likes for that video. You folks gave it in just 1 week, which usually takes for more than 3 months for my other videos. So thank you folks, I really appreciate it. I'm really grateful for all of your support to this channel. Now for those of you who do not know which video I'm referring about, click the card up here to watch the video about Jenny, a Scrum Master in a fictional company who uses 8 different Scrum Master hats to handle the situation that occurred during the day at her company. So as promised on that video, today's video is the continuation of that video. In the past 2 months since that first video was made, I have been using it to teach others in the company and also to mentor Scrum Masters about the accountability of a Scrum Master. So if you are interested to learn more about the Scrum Master's accountability and how Scrum Masters use 8 different hats to handle the situation that occurred during the day, stick around. I will see you right after this one.
What's up everybody, Joshua Partigi here from Brisbane, Australia. If you are new to this channel, welcome on board to the community of passionate changemakers. If you are a long-time subscriber, welcome back everyone. Glad to have you back with us again. I hope you're all staying healthy and keeping productive. Now let's continue the story about Jenny. As we have learned both from the Scrum Guide and also from the video about Jenny, the Scrum Master is the true leader who serves. So anyone from the leadership position, just like Jenny, who is a director of engineering, is a potential candidate to be the Scrum Master. I know, some of you have told me that in some companies, the Scrum Master is not from the leadership position, or the Scrum Master has been watered down to be the team personal assistant, or not empowered to be a leader. Some of you have also told me that in your company, some people from leadership positions are not true leaders who serve, hence, not a good candidate to be the Scrum Master. Scrum Master is a different kind of leader, a leader who uses their authority to lift up others to become the best version of themselves. In the previous video I uploaded to this channel, we have also learned about the metrics for identifying whether the Scrum Master is being accountable. You can click the card up here to learn about the metrics to measure the Scrum Master's accountability. So folks, today's video will be an exercise for you to deepen your understanding about the Scrum Master. I would like you to be engaged with others in the comment section below by writing down your answer or opinion about the hat Jenny wears in each case. There will be 5 cases in today's video. So unlike in the first video about Jenny, in today's video, I will not tell you what hat Jenny is wearing in each case in the top corner of the video. If you also have a different opinion on the hat you would wear in each of the cases, please mention it in the comment section so we can also learn from each other. Now folks, as a full disclosure, I will be using today's video for mentoring Scrum Masters and also for teaching people in the company I'm currently working with about the accountability of the Scrum Master. Now to jog your memory back, the 8 hats the Scrum Master wears are the teacher hat, the coach hat, the mentor hat, the facilitator hat, the point north hat, the take action hat, the uphold Scrum values hat, and lastly, the active observation hat. For those of you who want further explanation on each of these hats and have not yet watched my video on 8 Scrum Master hats, click the card up here to watch that video first. Alright folks, let's start with the first case.
Let's create the sprint goal first. As we have learned from the previous sprint, let's define what outcome we want to achieve this sprint. We definitely need to improve the conversion rate. Even after our last release, not many users want to go with the paid version of our product. We should improve server user experience to improve the conversion rate.
Shouldn't we just do more performance tweaking and clean up our technical debt first?
Well, improving the performance of the product can definitely improve the user experience. UX is not just about design. Looking at our ABM metrics, we definitely need to work on the conversion rate metrics. Let's make that our sprint goal.
So I think these 5 product backlog items can help us achieve the sprint goal.
Good for noticing that, Ashish. I agree. And I also think this product backlog item is also related to the sprint goal.
Based on our average throughput in the past 20 sprints, we were only able to do 5 product backlog items. So I think this product backlog item is not feasible at all. shall we just take it out and do it in the future sprint instead?
I think getting this functionality to users will entice them to move to the paid version. That's a bit risky, CISO. I don't think we know that yet. Why don't we create a small experiment to validate our hypothesis? We can also scale down the fidelity of this functionality. That way, we can do these 6 product backlog items. Okay, that sounds good, Susan. Let's create a lower fidelity functionality for these 2 product backlog items to test our hypothesis first. Once we have more evidence from our EBM metrics, we will scale up the fidelity of these 2 functionalities.
That means we can do 6 product backlog items this sprint with these 2 product backlog items at lower fidelity, right?
Yes, that is right, Ashish.
Then let's move on to the next part of the sprint planning and create the plan to meet the sprint goal and develop these 6 product backlog items.
So what do you think? What hat do you think Jenny wore in this situation? If you've been in this kind of situation, which Scrum Master hat did you wear? Leave a comment down below. Alright folks, now let's continue the story with the second case.
Hey Ashish, did you notice that our codebase has changed?
What? Really? No, I haven't pulled the latest codebase from Git. Let me take a look.
Yeah, it seems the codebase has been heavily refactored.
Looking at the commit message, it was Carlos who refactored it.
And he didn't even ask us before refactoring. Now the code on my personal branch is not going to work on this new structure. Ah! How was your weekend, Carlos? Had fun refactoring?
Oh, so this is why your face is frowning.
Hey fellas, what's happening?
Well, Carlos here just refactored our codebase during the weekend.
And how does that make you feel, Bob?
Angry, of course. We weren't even told that he was going to refactor on the weekend.
And what motivated you to refactor the code during the weekend, Carlos?
Well, the codebase we had does not scale well and consume a lot of resources on our cloud instance.
You could have told us first, you know. At least I could have merged my branch to the trunk.
I've been telling you guys since like 2 months ago.
Well, we had too much work that we needed to complete every sprint in the past 2 months.
And the work to refactor our code is transparent in the product backlog, right?
Well, yes, it is in the product backlog.
But we always favor building new functionality over architecture or paying our technical debts.
I think we should also bring up the data to Cecil about the cost of not refactoring and not paying our technical debts. Well, refactoring and writing tests should be part of your habit rather than after the facts.
So Carlos, would you like to run a sharing session next sprint on how to refactor and write tests?
Sure. In the next sprint planning, we should consider this sharing session and take less product backlog items.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that. Let me know if you need anything from me.
So what do you think? Which hat did Jenny wear in this case? How many hats did you think Jenny wore in this case? Would you do the same if you faced this kind of situation? Let us know. Leave a comment down below, folks. Okay, let's move on with the third case.
Hi team, sorry to interrupt. I just have this urgent request from the CEO to develop this functionality. I know this is not something that we have planned during the sprint planning, but the CEO said that it's a high priority as it can help us stay afloat in the market.
And how is this functionality related to our sprint goal?
Well, I can say that it's definitely not related to our sprint goal.
And have you done some analysis and forecast against the EBM metrics before saying yes to the CEO?
Hey team, what's happening here?
So Cecil just brought an item that is not related to our sprint goal. We have been interrupted a lot and it affected our ability to innovate metrics.
Cecil, have you talked to Carl how interrupting the team all the time in the middle of the sprint can affect our ability to innovate metrics? I have tried, Jen, but he just wouldn't listen. What can I do as a product owner? He said that this functionality is a high priority. Alright, come with me to his office then. I will talk to Carl and explain to him. Hey Carl, you got a few minutes?
Sure. How can I help?
Regarding the urgent functionality that you wish the team to complete this sprint, I'm wondering how much is the cost of delay for it?
Wait, what's cost of delay?
To put it simply, cost of delay is how much money we will lose if we don't develop this functionality this sprint.
That's an interesting point. I suppose it can wait. Let's discuss it during the sprint review then.
Okay, thanks Carl. Cecil, put this item in the product backlog for discussion in this sprint review. Thanks Cecil. Okay, thanks for your help, Jen. I will also inform the team about this.
Which hat did you think Jenny wore in this case? Did she use multiple hats or just one hat in this case? What would you do if you were in this kind of situation? Leave a comment down below. Let's move on to the fourth case. Here we go.
I want to know your opinion on our company's strategic goal on the EBM. Our product is getting stale in the market right now. There is a higher potential if we are moving to newer technology. I also want to invest more for research and development. So our current value is getting lower each day, but the unrealized value using the newer technology is very high.
Yes, that should be how you look at EBM. Slowly invest into unrealized value by taking some of the investment that you have put towards the current value.
How much percentage should I take from the current value and move into the unrealized value?
Well, there isn't a hard number. Theoretically, you can take away 20% of the current investment towards the current value into the unrealized value.
Ah, okay, that makes sense. The 80-20 rule.
By the way, have you explained this to Cecil? She's the product owner after all. She should know the long-term plan so she can create the product goals.
Do you think I should tell her? You know, that is the reason why I interrupted the team sprint and classify it as an urgent product backlog item.
Yes, you should tell Cecil. You know what? Why don't we set up a session together and I can facilitate the discussion between you two to talk about the long-term strategy to capture the unrealized value.
That would be a great idea. You can ask my secretary for my schedule. Let's do it before the sprint review. Do you think we can also refine our corporate strategic goal? I think the strategic goal on our ABM no longer makes sense.
We may need a longer time for that. You know what? Let's also invite Linda, as she should have a lot of data she can share with us.
Alright then, looking forward to the meeting invite. And also, one more favor. Can you pull out the last quarter's EBM report?
Sure, Carl. I will send it to you before the end of today.
Thanks for your help, Jen. I know I can always count on you.
Now, as you already know, the Scrum Master also serves the organization. This includes the senior management. What hat would you wear if you needed to serve the senior leaders in the company like Jenny in this case? Now, this will be the last case in today's video. Let's see what Jenny will do to handle the situation.
Hey Susan, where are you off to? We have a daily scrum in 15 more minutes.
Sorry, I have to miss today's daily scrum because I need to pick up my daughter from school. Doing daily scrum at the end of the day obviously does not work for me.
Well, it works well for me because I'm not a morning person.
Yeah, on some days I need to pick up my daughter from school.
Hey Susan, what's the rush?
Oh, hi Jen. I need to pick up my daughter from school. Sorry, gotta go. See you tomorrow, Jen.
Alright then, take care Susan. Hey team.
Oh, hi Jen. We're about to do our daily scrum. But we're always missing Susan because oftentimes she needs to pick up her daughter from school.
Oh, okay. What leads you to choose the end of the day to do the daily scrum?
Well, Bob and I could not make it in the morning. A month ago, we decided to move our daily scrum to the end of the day.
And because Susan just recently joined us 2 weeks ago, I suppose she was not involved in the decision making?
Yes, that is right. Any suggestions on how we can handle this? We can try doing it before lunch this time around. What do you think about that option, Jen?
My only concern is, will it amplify or weaken the scrum values? Well, we don't know yet. This is something that we need to inspect and adapt. I once worked in a team who chose to do daily scrum 15 minutes before lunch because back then we experienced the same situation as you.
And how did it work out?
Surprisingly, doing it 15 minutes before lunch was a sweet spot. No scrum values were weakened. But again, that was back then with my team. As Tasha said, you need to inspect and adapt.
Alright then, I think we need to do our daily scrum now. Thanks for sharing, Jen. This is something that we need to discuss in this sprint retrospectives.
How many hats do you think Jenny wore in this case? Would you use the same hats for this case? Let us know. Leave a comment down below, folks. Alright, that is all from me today, folks. Thank you for watching today's video, and most importantly, thank you for engaging with the community and learn from one another. If you're an aspiring Scrum Master, don't forget to follow my podcast, Think and Act Like a Scrum Master, either on Spotify, Google Podcasts, or Apple Podcasts. Or you can also subscribe to Think and Act Like a Scrum Master channel on YouTube if you prefer watching the video podcast version. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and click that like button down below if you like this type of video. And lastly, folks, watch these videos here before I will see you in my next video. Until then, stay curious and don't forget to stay awesome.